should open with, I'd rather drink baby syrup than fucking listen to spoilers, but...
Well, you just did.
I'll go with my original opening.
You just kind of did open with that.
Oh, really?
Yep. Right when I pressed the button, you're like, I think I'd rather just swallow some children. Like some illegitimate children right now. And listen to some spoilers.
Fuck it. Yeah. Alright. What's that I just want to keep? Alright. So what would you guys define as a spoiler?
Anything that would have, been surprising to see in theaters, but then I guess anything that would surprise you. I guess that's why I'd consider a spoiler.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I think anything that tells you what happens during the story, like any kind of plot twist, that you kind of wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right. Okay. Because I'm tired of people spoiling shit and then saying, "Oh, that's not really a spoiler." Let me tell you something. Even talking about a movie, if you say something has a twist or a cliffhanger, anything like that, you're making people anticipate it and therefore ruins the experience. All you people that are real excited walking out of a movie like, "Oh my god, I feel so great, I just saw a great movie. I want to ruin it for everybody." I hate you. I hate you so much. I hope you stub your toe. I hope your car doesn't start. I hope you trip and something else inconvenient happens to you. Fuck spoilers.
It's like, when it comes to spoilers, it's like it's almost like you're going to turn into a vigilante and just turn into the spoiler-free man and then crack some skulls.
Just beat the shit out of everybody who spoils shit. This guy, I don't know this person. I never talked to this person in my life. I assume he's from the MCU page. Mm-hmm. This fucking guy messaged me at fucking 8 p.m., like, fresh when he got the theater and said, I'm not going to say it because it's spoilers, but basically just ruined the entire third act for me. I was heated. I was so angry. If I had the money, I would look up his IP address, get his actual address, make sure nobody was home but him, and drop like a big bomb like on his house. And it would implode.
Have you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. That's what I'd be doing.
Yes.
Let's find everybody and just beat their ass. Like,
exactly.
God. You can't dictate the spoil. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I bet all those people are also the same people who go to little kids and tell them that Santa doesn't exist.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the original spoiler.
The plot twist. It's your parents.
What day twist?
I mean, these guys, they obviously did it intentionally. But it's like, I don't even know.
God.
Fuck these guys, though.
How do you deserve to be on the internet if you're so oblivious to other people that you think you can just post whatever you want?
Sure.
Whatever you want. I had a good time, so I'm gonna post whatever.
Because the internet, for some reason, gives people the impression that they're awesome. Yeah. And that if they do shit like that, nobody's gonna stop them or say anything. But everyone just thinks they're an asshole.
Yeah, and it's funny because, with all the people I talk to online and stuff, that's why it never bothers me, because thing is that I've actually met some of the people who had, negative comments about me or somebody that I knew, and then I actually ended up seeing them, and they were nowhere as bold or brave as they were when they were online. I mean, I wouldn't even trust me. Like, I don't have to do anything. Like, I just look at them in the eyes and be like, "How are you doing?" And they'd still be scared out of their mind, like, no, I didn't really mean that. I'm like, of course you didn't.
Of course, you're a black guy with dreads.
Exactly. That's one of the cool things. I mean, it kind of sucks sometimes, but it's fun being naturally intimidating. Like just walking by and you don't have to do anything and stuff gets done. I'm like, that's awesome. But anyways, welcome to Delusional Losers, your favorite Delusional Losers. We're here with a special guest actually today. Do you want me to say your name or do you want me to give you a nickname?
It's your show. You go ahead.
All right. I'll just go. I don't have any cool nicknames right now. I wish I did. But so I'll just go with Lindsay. Okay. Lindsay from the MCU page.
Hi guys.
Dopeness. And we still have Anonymous here.
Yo.
If you still want to be called Anonymous, so I'll just call you.
My name is No Name.
No Name? Alright. We're here with No Name. And today we want to talk about a ton of things, but since, Thor: The Dark World just came out. We want to definitely talk about that. I believe that some of us may have different opinions. Some of us may have the same opinion, but it's definitely not just the one-sided view on it. I feel like most of us have a lot to say about this movie. Okay, we had technical difficulties, but it doesn't matter. We're still dope and we're still awesome, and you would probably give us head anytime, 24/7. Anyways,
I'm gonna edit that out.
Oh, okay.
Jake,
We're cutting that.
we're cutting a lot of stuff.
Shit, we're incredibly lazy. All right.
We're cutting a lot of stuff out of this podcast, but
No, we're not. No edits.
just straight up raw footage, whatever. So I'll just straight up say, I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. I'm gonna be honest. Thor: The Dark World to me was a bit of a disappointment, but don't take the word disappointment at like hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't think of it as completely negative. It was a bit disappointing just because I'm back when it was being announced. They made it seem like it was going to be this epic adventure movie where you see all the 9 realms and so on.
Like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones meets Thor.
Right. So I was hoping to see something of that, but the realms that they traveled, they weren't, they were nowhere close to, the amazing universe that Thor is. They showed some of my favorite realms when they were aligning, but they did not explore them, nor did they mention them. So it was kind of a tease for me, and I was just kind of pissed off about that. They only ventured maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 realms, and 3 of them we've already seen in the previous movies, and the other 2 were just plain bullshit. I can't remember where the dark elves are from, how to pronounce it, but it was just basically dark clouds and rocks. And
it was like a desert.
I think it's Svartalheim or something.
Yeah,
crazy.
Something with a Heim, and that's all. That's most of them. Something Heim.
Yeah.
But it was a big disappointment in that. That's not the only reason why I was disappointed, but it was, Thor has such a colorful universe, and for them to not even, explore their colorful universes is just kind of it kind of destroyed part of the movie for me. But that's not the biggest reason why I was disappointed. I was disappointed because it took 30, 35 minutes for something for it to actually pick up and then be an enjoyable movie. The other stuff almost seemed like just filling in for the actual movie. It was almost like fillers. I was like, damn, the trailers were kind of more interesting than this right now, and I was just I felt like a lot of stuff that was supposed to be emotional, except for the obvious scene that everybody was, I'm not going to say, a lot of stuff that was supposed to be emotional, it almost was cheesy and almost made me chuckle, to be honest. I was just kind of they didn't deliver the movie as well as I wanted them to,
Yeah. You want to get to, what did you think about Thor 1? If you just want to get into the background.
Okay. This is probably why I'm disappointed, because Thor, the first Thor, was my favorite solo MCU film. I loved the first Thor. I felt like every scene was necessary. Every, comic relief moment was necessary. I cared for both Thor and Loki. I cared for both their character development, and I felt like not a single character was there just to be there. I felt like it was a great, well-put movie. And then it's the second one is just kind of it's not as well put. So that's probably one of the reasons why I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it's a little messy. It's a little sloppy. Everybody, anytime you have a movie with reshoots, what basically happened was Loki was a big hit. He's becoming Tom Hiddleston has become a big pop culture icon. So they decided let's put more Loki in the movie. And they had to reshoot I think 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that. So you can really tell, and they cut a lot from it. Everybody was saying, this is the only Marvel movie I think that's under 2 hours long, and I could tell, it felt really, really choppy and real straightforward.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I kind of, I try to look at the perspective of this movie, like a fair perspective of this movie. You know, like you said, Loki is bigger. You know, you can't have obviously Loki's going to outshine a lot of people and so on. But I just
okay, I have a question for you guys then.
Sure.
Since I haven't seen the movie, do you think that because the Loki character is so popular, do you think that kind of took away from the movie a little bit? Like, do you think that they focused more on him than any other characters because of his popularity?
Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, he just takes up. It's like they refitted it around Loki. So whatever was there before, like whatever subject was there before, was taken out. So they basically took out the meat of the story and replaced it with Loki. So it's not like he hijacked the movie per se, but it's like if they had hijacked the movie and still kept in those other scenes, it probably would have been more cohesive. But it feels like, okay, if Loki's not on the screen, there's nothing going on, you know.
Yeah.
The fangirls will cry and kill themselves.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, though, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, this was basically the Loki movie, but I did not mind. Really?
Okay.
I mean, like, the thing is that, you know, like I said, in the first movie, I cared about Thor and Loki. This one, I only really gave a crap about what happened to Loki. And I felt like the movie was only entertaining when Loki was on screen, to be honest.
I've actually heard that a lot. That's probably the thing I've heard most about the movie is Loki. It's amazing. And, you know, I think that Tom Hiddleston is great. So, I mean, can't complain there. But what is the movie called?
Thor: The Dark World.
Exactly.
That's the problem. That's why I'm kind of like, I mean, that's why I was kind of disappointed. It's like, it's almost like the only thing that was supposed to happen to Thor in this movie, the only purpose for Thor here was bad shit was supposed to happen to Thor.
Yeah, he has no arc, at all. He's the same, basically, throughout the entire movie, which is like, it feels like there's no progression for anybody except, you know, like Loki. Like,
right.
And I don't know, I don't want to say it's like Loki's movie, but it's like in the same way that Dark Knight is Heath Ledger's movie. Like, it's like Joker's movie. It's like the same way. Like, whenever he's not on screen, the movie kind of drags.
Right. That's how I felt. I mean, yeah. I mean, and speaking of, you know, characters that just, you know, just don't do it. I always pronounce his name wrong, even though I can read it. Malekith. Ebonics. Malekith. Or whatever you want to call him. I was calling him Mala.
You know what he looks like? He looks like, you know those cookies? What's like on the right is like black and the left is like white?
Yes.
He looks like that. I was so hungry. I just want to like bite his face.
That's true. Yeah, it's like that probably like, it probably wouldn't be the most, it'd probably be the weirdest thing to say, but his face did look very appetizing. But, I mean, the thing is that, you know, his character was probably the weakest villain I've seen in a while. And it's kind of sad because I knew his whole deal beforehand in the movie. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm down for this. But it's like a mindless lava monster curse kind of outshined him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he had nothing. Like, he's probably the worst MCU villain. Like, because I can't help but feel like all his good scenes are on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. I mean, Curse was, I mean, like, I'll be honest, Curse was awesome compared to, like, fuck his name. Malala. You know, like, he just...
We'll call him Oreo.
Yeah, let's call him Oreo. Oreo...
Okay, Oreo it is.
I mean, Oreo just, you know, wasn't doing it. I mean, we knew his plan, but his plan didn't quite make sense, and his plan was kind of stupid. It's like, I'm going to go to Earth and I'm going to make it darker. Why do you want to make it darker? Do you adjust better? Like, do you hate tans? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just didn't even, like, elaborate on that. It's like, do they see better? You know, like...
It's sad. It's real sad. Like, they did nothing. Right. Like, when I say he has nothing to do, like, he has nothing to do. And you're right, Curse is bad. So he's got that practical makeup. He's scary as shit. They got the dramatic music. And, like, Oreo's just, like, you know, just brooding. You know, he's there, but he's not really doing much.
Yeah. He just, like, he's the dude that's supposed to lead stuff, even though he doesn't lead anything. He just, he was an awful leader, too. I mean, like, I mean, I know that they're trying to show that he was a selfish leader. You know, like he killed his own people, but he was just like an awful leader in general. When he was down on the field, he didn't lead anything. He just kind of like took his own ship, flew in, didn't give a fuck, let Curse just wander off, and you do this, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like it was.
That guy had the weirdest makeup. Like before it was Curse, like you should never put gold contacts on a black person. Just never.
I thought it looked cool. I'm sorry. I thought it looked awesome.
He's a literal dark elf.
He's so dark. It's so jarring. I'm like, nah, yo.
Yeah, I was like, he's a literal dark elf. You know what I'm saying?
He looks like a cat. If you turn the lights off, that guy is so bright. Like he'll just shine. Like it's always sunny around him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there was. Oh, you know, it's also another thing where it's kind of cheap. Is the fact that they were the only physical elves. I mean, you saw the Teletubby soldiers a couple of times, you know, the dark Teletubbies, but like you never saw a physical like elf face besides those two, you know. I mean, that's not my big complaint, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, well, technically, you know, I also want to see more elves. I'm just saying, like, you could tell they were in a rush and they were cutting through movies that they weren't even going to, like, show their people, you know?
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a disappointment. Well, I had every aspect of this movie spoiled to me beforehand, thanks to a number of assholes I won't get into. And I walked to the movie late, missed about 20 minutes, went back and saw the rest of it later. So my opinion shouldn't be taken too seriously. So I'm just like, it's okay, you know. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it's disappointment, or oh, it's awesome, you know. Honestly, I think that if this came out after Iron Man, like Iron Man 3 came out after this, the reception would just swap. Like everybody would be like, oh man, Iron Man 3 was awesome. Everybody like, Thor 2 was like the worst movie ever.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at the critic reviews, isn't it at like 60% right now?
Yeah, and I kind of agree. I hate to say it. I mean, I don't really consider myself a critic, but, you know, we can't be like snobby as fuck sometimes. Like people that know me know that, but
yeah, I'm
kind of with them right here. Like it's fun, but it's not great, you know. And I don't even know how fun it'd be. Like I think like just having them go on a journey, just like the Warriors, Thor, Loki, and Jane would have just been so much cooler, you know, but they just barely saw. I feel like it's like one of those movies, like, I feel like nothing, I'm like trying to figure out, like, what happened? Like, you know, it's like so forgettable.
Yeah, I mean, like, I saw it a second time and I'm just thinking, what? You know, like, I'm still kind of.
What?
Yeah, what? Well,
and say what you will about Mandarin, but at least he had a plan, you know, like, at least he had some personality.
Yeah, I was about to say, I believe that Mandarin / Trevor Slattery, whatever, however you the fuck you pronounce his last name, plus Guy Pearce's character, I'm forgetting his name right now.
Aldrich Killian.
They were better villains than McKellar Oreo. I mean, like, and I didn't really like what they did. Well, actually, I did kind of like what they did with the Mandarin at the beginning. That was actually really dope. But you know.
Yeah.
Regardless, yeah, I mean, I that's something I would love to. That's one thing they really got right. You know what I'm saying? Like how he broadcast himself, quite literally. But yeah, villain was disappointing. Story was kind of slow at first, and I don't want to sound like a Loki fangirl here, but it's the truth. Like, Loki was like the highlight of this movie. Like everything.
And I definitely need to see this movie because I definitely consider myself a little bit of a fangirl.
Oh snap!
I can't help it. I can't. He's just so pretty to look at.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He's a very beautiful
Gorgeous.
Man. Yeah. Like I can't lie. I'm not gonna be sheltered and all. I mean, yeah.
I would just throw him my bitch if I was like with a girlfriend. I'd just be like, take her, please.
It's an honor.
They're just
Have you seen Loki's kids? Oh, he's pretty much up for anything.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, isn't there one of them a wolf, right, or something like that?
Yeah, one's a wolf, one's a horse, and I think one's a serpent. Some sort.
Yeah, I mean, like, I also kind of wonder that too. Are they ever going to? Is Loki ever going to have a child? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, or does he? But they never said.
He also has I think Hela.
Hell, yeah, she runs the Hell realm. That's why I guess
that would be cool.
Yeah. So I wonder if they would ever do that, but who knows? Since they're very young, in this.
I hope they do get a Loki movie though.
Yeah, like after this, I was kind of, like you heard from the previous podcast. I was saying like I only really would want a one shot, but after the fact that I only gave a crap about Loki in this movie, I'm kind of like. But then again, it's like at the same time, even if Thor was a bit one dimensional compared to Loki, I kind of feel like they're a yin yang situation. Like you can't have one without the other. I feel like it. I don't know. I feel like it take half of the intense, drama away. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
Well,
yeah.
I think Thor could show up. Like
True.
maybe at some point.
True.
I'm all for it. Jane was good. It's like everybody's good, but it's like I don't know. It feels like a straight to DVD movie, which is weird because it has like $170 million budget. And it's like kind of epic, but it's like I said, it takes place. It all takes place like one of my least favorite pet peeves of movies. Like when it only takes place 24 hours, supposed to be an epic. Mm-hmm. Like no, it doesn't work.
I would compare this movie to like a Saturday morning cartoon plot. It's something you would see. That's why I guess I didn't mind it too much, but then again, I did mind it because this is a blockbuster. But at the same time, it's like I'm watching a literal, like Thor had to stop Oreo today. Like, like
you're right. It feels like it has no impact. Like the frame of the story, like everything happens at the beginning and the end, is like okay, this definitely advances the universe, but everything in the middle feels incidental. There you go.
Yeah.
I had a brain fart. All right, but I don't know. And there was a cameo that I loved that caught me off guard. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite so far.
You want to talk about some good things though? Because we've just been shitting on this movie for the past 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'll try not to completely crap on this movie. I was like trying to think of positive things to say.
Action is good. It's not like oh my god, but it's good.
Yeah, I mean like it's all whatever. I mean that mid credit scene was probably one of my favorites next to Wolverine's mid credit scene. It's around the same length I would say too.
Oh no! Oh my god! Woo! I almost became the thing I hate most. You mean yeah? No, I mean I don't know because that was long. Like that was like 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's
I'd say this one is about 30-40 seconds.
Sure, yeah. I guess that we could just say they're both pretty lengthy for a mid credit scene.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. I feel you.
Yeah, but I was just like, because I heard about it, but I had no clue how it was going to go down, and it went down pretty. Like, I mean, I don't want to say. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about it, but it's like this mid credit scene leads to stuff way beyond, like just one. Well, we all know that the credit scenes lead to another movie. This one, like, almost leads up to, like, 3 others, I believe. I'm not going to say how. It just does. And I'm just
we can talk about that later in our spoiler.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, I think you might be giving it's pretty obvious as soon as you've seen it. If you've seen the headlines, you know what's going to happen. I mean, I guess straight up, as soon as somebody said something, and then somebody confirmed it like an asshole.
Sure. But I guess Thor: The Dark World. What would you give it numbers? Like get numbers.
I can't. I really can't. I don't know. It's okay. Whatever that equates to. Like it had some good things. Performance is all good. Mm-hmm. Action is good. The writing was pretty good. I like the dialogue. Like that Shakespearean dialogue is always fun to hear.
Sure. I'd give it like a 7.5, meaning it's above okay. It's just not amazing. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, Lindsay, that there wasn't a lot of talk out of you, but
oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I just didn't know what to say without because you haven't seen the movies. I didn't want to say anything, but
I definitely want to go see it a lot more now. I mean, I did before, of course, but now I definitely want to go.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's going to be if you're a Loki fan, you'll definitely love Loki in this movie. Like I wasn't even. I mean, not to say I didn't like Loki, but I wasn't like in love with him like everyone else is, but now I'm just like I could just do without Thor, So.
Whoa, I could never go that far. He is. Oh God, he's beautiful.